Okay, you're doing nothing more.
Okay, all right, wait. I think we've kind of there's a strong points to say, and if you have a female lead, they usually, like most male leads, they don't have too much parentage. You don't know who they are. It's like the Moses, or even like the Clint Eastwood character.
And
they're
the
the
man
solo
has to
character.
work.
So, but this, it's different. Is that she's plucky like Princess Leia, but she just got too much power. In the end,
Baby Yoda has too much power, and no one's complaining about that. That's what I'm saying.
Because he didn't complete his training.
Okay, look, I'm not
How many times did they try to kill Baby Yoda, if you want to go there? How many times has he been tossed to someone else and someone steal him and then operate on him? So he's not that powerful. He's nowhere as powerful as Rey. He's able to do some of the things, but it doesn't. He's 50 years old, 50-year-old baby, and can't really do too much.
Recognize Baby Yoda, son. Ray's over there sitting in the jacuzzi complaining about her rosés and choking up. And where's Baby Yoda? In those streets.
I don't even know. I don't know if we can
I gotta give you that line. That Baby Yoda.
You got it. There we go.
And so the problem I think that they have here is that you need a cohesive story from the beginning to end. One of the problems they had is that they decided they're going to use different directors all 3 times, right? And so therefore, each director comes with what? His own vision, which I'm totally against. I told you before, you need to follow the company line. 1-800-MARGE is for you.
So did they actually have 3 directors, or did they wise up and brought J.J. Abrams back for the last one?
They brought him for the last one. They were going to have another director, and so that's what happened. So you don't have that, but the consistency of vision is not done because you don't have the same director. And
I just want to say the consistency in the first trilogy was that Lucas had different writers, different people, but he was producing it, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I like the bit with Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, but I got to rewrite everything." You can read in the interviews. Yeah. He did say that Lee Brackett had came up with that bit, but you can't find that interview anywhere. But he did rewrite a lot of it. So coming back in, he would take it back, and then he would start.
But that was his baby, and we see what happened when he went full throttle with the prequels, and people are like, oh well, why did he sell it? Why Disney screwed up? I'm like, wait, did you remember what happened in the prequels? You know what I'm trying to say? I clearly you don't remember that, but it was successful financially. But getting back to this is that I think the scope is sometimes the reason The Mandalorian to me did well, the reason why Rogue One did well, I think why Han Solo should have done well is because the scope is much smaller. You're focusing on just a select group of people, and they're trying to accomplish a specific goal. Whereas you're talking about entire world building. It's a space opera, like you said before, Cal, and they're trying to throw everything into it. And what this last movie did in Star Wars is that it gave us like hope that it answered something of our country, because The Last Jedi was just a complete, utter letdown on what happened, how they were using. And like I said before, you have there is no story. But this last one, the story, you're right, but they're answering questions.
No, the last one, I don't disagree with what you said in terms of the last one, but and I think I said this previously. If you look, you can look at the first 3, or you look at all 6. Okay, the prequels, okay, and then the original Star Wars films. That's one story. That's one story from start to finish. That is the tragedy of Anakin Skywalker. Okay,
it's but the execution in that was
the execution was poor. The execution was excellent. That was one story, okay? Because you already came out, and what do we have? We already have that. We don't even know who Anakin Skywalker is. We know Vader. Yes. Okay, so we see Vader. Okay, it's Luke Skywalker's story. Then we come over here like, okay, fine. You marry all of them. It's pretty much, look, this is the story of this guy, Anakin Skywalker, who's said to be this great Jedi. Okay, has this incredible tragic fall, becomes Vader, goes over here, and then everything marries at the end and then finds redemption at the end of it. That's the big story. And did we need 6 films to do that? No. But the problem was that we had 3.
Money-wise, yes. Yeah,
we had 3 films to start off. The original stuff is a trilogy. So we have 3 films. We have thesis, antithesis, synthesis. Great. So we have those 3 films. So then it became that, I guess, writers and audiences expected, okay, we're going to have 3 films. So then when we got the new films, like, oh, I guess we're going to have 3 films again. Did we need 3 films? Obviously not. We didn't need 3 films because we didn't have a story to be told over 3 films. We had a whole bunch of characters. What was that character they brought up in the second one? The homely chick, was it Rose? Was that her?
I'm not sure.
We're not going to talk about Rose. We're not going to talk about that.
Hey, she has a following. She had a comic book. So for whatever, but actually they put her sister in it too because I guess they know she needed some support.
We're not going over that again.
I would want to add to what you're saying.
Sister was a fox, man.
But not to disagree with what you're saying. The thing is what I'm just talking about the new trilogy.
I haven't said anything. I'm listening to what you're saying.
You're giving me a look. So with the new trilogy, it was more like, okay, the prequels were people in sort of Star Wars setting, but they were stuck in this sort of dialogue and they had fun moments, but they were stuck in this story, right?
Because they had to marry up to the other films.
So when you go to this one, it feels like just give us them playing with the toys. And you get Finn using the lightsaber, you get Rey using the Force in 2 seconds.
Well, that was J.J. Abrams, the very first one, and the last one.
And you see, this one is the same too, because the middle one, even if it didn't work on every level, they tried to go, all right, we have some sort of wacky story, and it didn't play out where you didn't have Finn picking up something else or picking up now I'm going to do the crossbow now because you can see them trading. It's all like kids playing in a sandbox.
Right.
And this one goes back into that. The Last Jedi goes at more, but that's not necessarily a story, and that's not a strong arc. And now we're starting to see things that J.J. Abrams didn't get to do, and I don't know if it would have been better because they talk about the middle fight where Rey would beat Kylo again, like basically just wipe the floor with him again, where this one had at least sort of a challenge where they evened out. Like the middle, they kind of made them even, and then it was a fun sort of fight, the 2 fights they had in this one. But it's like they didn't really have a story, as Cal was saying. So they just basically, let's have a romp in the Star Wars world, and that's the problem that they had.
Hey, wouldn't it be cool to fly the Millennium Falcon?
Yes, anybody? There you go.
Anybody can fly it. And so you don't need to know how to fly this.
Yes.
Right. But
so instead of Natalie Portman having like a great scene later in the second one, in Attack of the Clones, like having Rey have her romp around, like walking, climbing through the Death Stars and stuff like that. All this stuff of playing within the sandbox, but not actually having us. Understand that the people would like to see. That's what kids would like. Kids would like to run around and pick up. Oh well, what is this? I'm throwing the lights. There's a scene where you're just throwing out all this cool stuff.
So I get what you guys are saying, but and they're legitimate concerns, and they definitely did impact the film, the series. But
no buts. End scene.
But my problem tends to be is that, I'm a strong believer that you have to have rules on how you do magic, how you have to do, and let's say that's what the Force is, how you do magic. You have to have rules and explanations or how, if you're doing space travel.
I remember you said that before. I wanted to chime in. Not magic. It's supposed to. It's really like it's like that mystic key energy at the end of the day. Even though
mystic key, look, anything that you can't explain is magic. Okay, so let me tell you right now, if you
because key and magic different things.
How?
Everybody has key.
Oh gosh.
Okay, everybody has key.
And you're able to tap into your key better than others. You got magic, bro. No. Okay, you are a magician.
Magic is
if you can't explain anything. Okay.
You got the rabbit in the hat.
Even magic users have key. It's a different thing. It's a different thing.
Right. Altogether. So I'm saying it doesn't. I'm just saying. All I'm just saying is that there's a rules to how the things are.
Yeah, I agree. But they treat key like magic when it comes to the Force.
And so the problem that they had in the second, and they kind of fixed it here, is that where they're saying Rey had this, they're able to communicate over vast distances and stuff like that, and come to find out that because they are together, they're a duology or duopoly, or what do they call it? I forgot the name of the title, but they're connected, and because they're connected, their power is much more than what a natural one-person Jedi is. Duopoly. So that made sense, and I'm like, okay, cool.
I don't know about that.
But at least it explains the flaw that we had in the last. It's not exactly the best argument, that there's a connection, and they did try to force a connection between the two from the last one. Like, are they going to get together or not?
I don't know. I think you're really doing a good job of trying to give this film. I don't think it needs the support that you're giving it. Look, they stuck the landing, okay? They redeemed. It's
not a 10 point. It's not a 10 point.
Hey, it's not a 10.
It's not a 9.
It's not a 10, but at least you didn't flub the damn landing. Okay?
That's what happened to number 2, and I agree with you there.
Wait a second. On what's the name?
Last
we still
Jedi.
we didn't get enough of the Knights of Ren. There's so many bits.
That's what I'm trying. They keep bringing up stuff that doesn't even make sense.
Read the comic. That's where you're gonna get all the Knights of Ren.
God.
Right, and this is what I'm saying. They have so much stuff. The Knights of Ren. They have Poe and
Here's the problem you had. You had that first film, and we first see Kylo Ren, right? And the guy shoots the blaster. And this guy is so force proficient that he's able to hold the blaster in midair, something we've never seen before in any of these films.
Yes.
So you're like, oh wow, okay, this is gonna be some stuff. And then by the end of the film, you're like, what the hell? This guy's nobody. Okay, he can't. If you wanted that type of stuff with the Knights of Ren, then you had to be laying the foundation for that first film. Meaning that yes, you flubbed it, okay, when you decided that she was going to be the most powerful Force user ever, and undercut the person who you showed to look like to be the most powerful Force user ever. He's a direct descendant of who? Skywalker. So you're thinking, okay, this guy should be able to do some stuff. And she's over here, I'm reading your mind? How the hell is all this happening?
She's a direct
They didn't
descendant
have that
of Palpatine.
yet. We don't know
We
if
don't
they
know
have
that.
But I'm saying you're right.
And
But that's
even
how you
then,
explain that.
Skywalker, okay, even then, we get Skywalker in the original films, it was gradual. His powers got better. His powers got bigger gradually. They gave her everything in one film.
She's a Palpatine, and so that alone should tell you. The Emperor is one of the Emperor is one of the biggest, most powerful thing. And
you can give a 7-year-old a tank, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be able to.
Well, she wasn't. But if you're a 15-year-old or 20-year-old, you can use the tank and you'll be destroying all kinds of stuff.
You can't. Okay, I'll say it differently then. If you're going to lament, well, we didn't see all the stuff in the Knights of Kylo Ren. Of course, you didn't see it because you undercut him in the first film. Okay, you took him out of the running as a proficient Force, Force person in the first film.
But the second film came out, and that's where things fell out.
Second
So the
because they killed the Crimson Guard.
Because they had them teaming up for no damn reason.
They were cool, but I'm just saying in terms
they just took those two people, took them out.
So what is the? I heard this guy.
I guess they had the Tomax and Zaymok issue where if you hit one, you hit both of them.
So I forgot what I heard. I heard this one dude. He was saying that if you take all 9 movies, right?
God no.
If you take all 9 movies and you just start whittling away anything that wasn't necessary to the narrative, the entire narrative, you can do a film. You can do the whole film in like 2 or 3 movies. You know?
I wouldn't take. That's the thing is, I wouldn't take away the first 3. I would cut down because the basic story that the fall of Anakin is. Well, it's not even the story that they told. The original story was that Vader was a pupil, and Anakin and Obi-Wan were friends, and then what's the name kills Anakin, and then the Obi-Wan throws him into a volcano. That was a bit that it had. So that's like one story. You might maybe get 2. This one, you can't even count it because they're just trying to cash in and have fun.
It's just too. Again, I'll say it again. It's just
but
too
you
much
can't.
stuff.
And it's also they go
Too
against
many
everything.
characters
It
going
goes
in.
against everything that Yoda said about the dark side because J.J. Abrams, just like when he did Star Trek, the second one,
I knew that was
he had Spock go to anger, and he's like, like. Now what Yoda talks about anger, saying this stuff is going to lead to the dark side, and then the Emperor also says, hey, this stuff's going to lead to the dark side. Luke, feel it, and the next thing you know, Rey and Finn, they just go to the anger and they win.
Yeah,
and that's goes
and
against.
Anger. No, it's supposed to. Anger leads to. Is it fear leads to hate? Hate leads to anger. Anger leads to suffering. And I sense much fear in you.
Yes.
Okay? And they're like, hey, it's all good.
that's
it's
exactly
all good.
What it is. And that's what
I'm mad. It's fine.
And then
but the thing is that you got to understand, and I got to.
And Kylo is hammering.
I got to school you guys.
No, remember Kylo's hammering his helmet. So it's saying he's also trying to get that anger out. So it's like, oh, this is where they're going. It's like, no, it's not. What's the name? Rey's just as powerful. Now she's more powerful than him.
Look, so you're complaining about that, but yet when your baby Yoda is able to use his stuff, his power, no one says nothing.
What about the anger? He's no anger. I'm just talking about anger. I'm just talking about anger. I'm not talking about the power.
People have been complaining about how Rey, she shouldn't be so powerful and stuff like that.
She shouldn't.
But Baby Yoda is a baby.
No, not as she's more powerful than Baby Yoda.
No, but I'm saying way more powerful. But I'm just saying people are saying that she had no training and he has no training, and yet he's able to do quite a lot of different things. He's even healing people. So let's talk.
Baby Yoda's like 50 years old.
Baby Yoda, he's cute.
Yeah, there we go.
It's just
Baby Yoda is not the recipient of an agenda where we're going to come here and give all this power to the female character because it's time for a female hero, and we can't show her working her way up to it because that would be sexist now, wouldn't it? So we're going to give her everything, and now that we've given her everything, there's no story for her because she got everything without earning for it. So she took out Kylo Ren in the first film. She made Luke Skywalker look like a butt monkey in the second film. And then in the third film, you come in, this is a little bit better. Why is it a little bit better? Because they made everybody else. They had to bring them up to her level at the end of the day. Daughter of Palpatine, my right. That's the problem that you had. There you go, buddy. You don't like it? Too bad. Wrap it up in a sandwich. Eat it, love it. That's it. We'll see you guys later.
You are completely off your rockers.
I'm wrong?
Yes, because
you like saying
you want this to be like a 2-hour episode, right?
No. You know what happened? The suits of Disney looked at the movies and said, you need to have a 50% female audience in order to continue.
But that doesn't mean you have to.
You have
to
have
having
female elements.
No, they did have female
where
elements.
Originally there was nothing but male elements in this, and we're trying to get it
a much Princess Leia from the beginning. Come on.
One. We had Luke.
How many you need?
Chewie. Because Chewie, remember, Chewie's a guy. Chewie.
I'm saying to you that Rey is the lead, though.
She's the lead.
She's the lead. This is an arc on her. So she's the lead.
That's also in writing, okay? You have what? Han was the rogue. Luke was the hero. Leia was the chick, okay? Chewie, the alien. Those are, are standard tropes, or rather, those are like stock characters.
But I'm just saying, those are stock characters from 30, 40 years ago.
No, but they
still happen now.
I'm saying, but they're changing the roles. You have more female roles.
You can't change the rules.
If you want to make,
you're putting women into storylines that, for the most part, are littered and filled with men. If I were to go, there are certain films
because men are writing it. We digress.
No.
We digress.
Okay, I'm tired of this.
There's an agenda going on here, and I clearly see what's going on.
By moving into the middle,
okay,
because the energy in between.
And then I like it here. You're not going anywhere. You're staying right here.
Sit your butt down and don't say anything else. Okay.
Lord.
Okay. You're doing nothing more.
Okay. Wait. I think we've kind of. There's a strong points to say, and if you have a female lead, they usually, like most male leads, they don't have too much parentage. You don't know who they are. It's like the Moses, or even like the Clint Eastwood character.
And
the solo
has to
character.
Work.
So, but this, it's different. Is that she's plucky like Princess Leia, but she just got too much power. In the end,
Baby Yoda has too much power, and no one's complaining about that. That's what I'm saying.
Because he didn't complete his training.
Okay, look, I'm not.
How many times did they try to kill Baby Yoda? If you want to go there, how many times has he been tossed to someone else and someone steal him and then operate on him? So he's not that powerful. He's nowhere as powerful as Rey. He's able to do some of the things, but it doesn't. He's 50 years old, 50-year-old baby, and can't really do too much.
Recognize Baby Yoda, son. Ray's over there sitting in the jacuzzi complaining about her rosés and choking up. And where's Baby Yoda? In those streets.
I don't even know. I don't know.
I gotta give you that line. That Baby Yoda.
You got it. Go.
So once again, we're all in agreement. We enjoyed the show.
No, the ending of it is that.
See, why do you say that? Then he's going to come in and we can't end it.
I'm trying to end it. Let me finish what I'm saying. Am I going to say it or not?
I want you to say that there was nothing to summarize. They weren't good.
What?
It was just fun.
What?
Some of it was fun.
It was
but you
good.
Can't look at it. You just got to go in and have fun. God. That's it.
Caramba, man. Are you for real?
Yes.
Look, it was good. All right? I'm going to summarize it once again. All right? Mandalorian, we give that a complete and utter thumbs up. Okay? Star Wars Episode 9, was a good try to recover from what happened.
No, it was
last
fun.
year. And it was good.
Yeah.
It was general.
Episode 7 was fun. Episode 8, I didn't think it wasn't fun, but there were just too many problems with it.
Too many problems. Too many
Okay?
problems. With
Not
the
even
law.
for me. I didn't have as many problems with it, but for the people who are coming and, look, they were, you set a whole bunch of people up with that film, okay? And you got your backlash. What was better? Han Solo was, Solo was better. And unfortunately, it got undercut because these guys over here, you're not trying to tell us, when you have an agenda, you're not telling a story anymore.
One thing I wanted to say and one thing I wanted to make a point of is, that we got to continue to support 9 because, we want to show this a success. Also,
you saying just blindly go?
Yes, blindly go.
See it?
And next thing you should do
What are you, I don't believe you just said that.
1-800-MARS for you. But again, it's there's also a big movement. People want. They say J.J. Abrams had a director cut. I
don't want to see the director's cut.
No. That's like those Zack Snyder zombies over there who keep saying we want the Justice League director. Are you gonna does the director's cut take out the bad parts?
That's the thing. I would love to see if they had more of Evil Ray, but I'm not okay with seeing another story that might not go the way that left. I would rather just see bonus scenes when she's doing something cool. I don't need to see another movie. Okay, sorry. Let's just end it. I can't do with these.
It doesn't go anywhere. There's no catharsis. It's not going anywhere.
Bonus scenes on the DVD that I won't buy, so I'll never see. So hopefully on YouTube they'll put it up there.
Again,
not the thing, just a scene, just some more action.
If it moves the story forward, I'm all for it. I'm not for. Okay, I'm usually not for director's cuts, but hey, Kingdom of God was damn good.
So the cut is where Kylo Ren goes bad, and he's got Rey's bad, and then they have to do episode 10. Spin a rack out.
So I'll summarize for you.
Oh God, not again.
We are all in agreement that Mandalorian is up there, and that Star Wars Episode 9, the Rise of the Skywalkers, hit the move. Spin rack.